Alrighty, folks. Hello, my name is Mr. Matthew Larson here once more, talking about Lesson 3, Religion in the American Colony. Two different objectives on this lesson. First and foremost, understand the reasons for heightened religiosity in the colonial period. So why are people suddenly becoming much more religious in colonial America at certain time periods? Then evaluate the impact of religious disagreement on the development of the United States. Religion is going to cause a bit of a wedge at times, and it's going to be important to understand how that happens and how that impacts the development of the United States. Now, first thing we're going to talk about is religion in the early American colonies. First and foremost, as you can see, Protestant Christian groups are going to be kind of the key religious demographic at this time period. So they're going to be the ones who are really kind of controlling the political narrative, so to speak. The cultural norm is very Protestant. It's not going to really be influenced by other religions that significantly. Others do play a role, particularly in certain areas, but by and large, it is a Protestant version of Christianity that is present within the early American colony. Colonists do tend to feel that religious views bring about unique cultural values. If you look even at the foundation and the way certain of the early colonies were set up, there is going to be this direct connection to religious values. So if you look at like the Quakers in Pennsylvania, comparing to the Catholics in Maryland, or the Puritans in Massachusetts, there is going to be this religious value that's going to really kind of influence what's happening within the individual colonies. A number of them attempt to enact laws based upon religious views. So this is that kind of connection between religion and the law of the state. So how do these different things connect? How do we legislate through religious law or not legislate through religious law? That's going to be playing a role. And it's also important to understand that of the original 13 American colonies, 8 of them are going to have a, quote, established religion, so an official religion recognized in that state. Now, in the American colonies, there is religious uniformity is going to be somewhat present in particular areas. So in Europe, it's going to be largely uniform, right? So all of England tends to be Protestant, members of the Church of England. All of France tends to be Catholic. All of Spain is Catholic. You have this uniformity. It's going to be a lot different, or fairly different in North America because of just the size and where the states are going to be located, where individuals are going to come in and found their individual colony. So it's larger primarily in Europe than it is in North America. New England is going to be mostly Puritan, so this is the upper portion of the United States, Massachusetts area, mostly founded by Puritans. We're going to have Rhode Island and Pennsylvania, two kind of exceptions in this area. Unique to Rhode Island and Pennsylvania is they promote the idea of religious tolerance. So if we're going to New England, for example, it's going to be very Puritan, and Puritan beliefs are going to dominate, and there's not really that much openness to outside faith groups. Rhode Island and Pennsylvania, they're different. They are going to promote tolerance of different religious beliefs. So you might not be what the majority of the people are, but you're going to be accepted for your religious beliefs in a much more positive way than you would be in other states. A lot of tension going on with Catholicism in the early colonies, not that different than what we would have been seeing with Catholics and non-Catholics, particularly Protestants in Europe as well. So again, look at the Church of England and the tension with the Puritans and the Catholic Church, the Church of England and the Catholic Church, and just Protestants and Catholicism in general. This tension is really going to be prevalent. A lot of distrust of Catholics in the New World. Maryland is going to be the exception here, which is a Catholic colony. It's founded as the Catholic colony. Mary is a deeply revered figure within Roman Catholicism, Mary, Mother of Jesus. So that's why they're going to name the colony this. Maryland is the Catholic colony. Otherwise, Catholics are not really that well taken to in the New World. And then lastly, it's important to understand the impact of slavery. Slavery is going to be very prevalent in the early American colonies. We have the Triangle Trade Routes and the Columbian Exchange. So you've got individuals who are being captured and taken largely from the west coast of Africa and being forced to come to the New World, sold into slavery. They're going to bring their religion with them as well. So religion and faith is something that's deeply personal, deeply connected. Now this religion that they're going to bring with is mostly animist, which is a deep personal connection within nature. So kind of finding God and nature as kind of that force that's greater. So it's not going to necessarily be as organized as you would see within like a Puritan church, but it's animist. So finding God in nature and that connection and man's connection with nature. Comments, questions, let me know. I can see you later. Good luck.